It seems every day the police are presenting more reasons why they should be defunded, and this appears to be another one. So, this story was tweeted out by Neal MilNeil. I was going to go through here. It appears he was approached by police at his home over critical tweets of the Portland, Maine Police Department. But the police department has another side of the story, which I will get to. But also inherently the issue with that is we are seeing how often now the police are just lying. So even if their side of the story is why they approached him, how do we know that he actually did what they claim that he did? Which, again, we will get to. But first here, I want to give you his side of the story. So he tweeted out, I don't know if this is related to my recent tweets, but Portland, Maine police are at my house now and threatening arrest. They won't say why. You can see here from the image, the police standing outside his door. Now, he goes on to say, they're making it pretty clear they're upset with my recent tweets. One cop told my wife, quote, I know about your preconceived notions of police. I know them for a fact. And then later on, he updates everybody a couple hours later saying, just an update, I'm okay. The police blustered and left, and I've got an attorney. Thanks for everyone's support. I'm a white guy, so please let's remember that most incidents of police harassment don't get this kind of attention. All right, so I, of course, did a little research into Christian's tweets because I wanted to see, all the mean things he was tweeting out about the cops there. So let's start here. He tweeted this out on June 8th. Worth noting that many conservative rural-ish towns like Standish, where I grew up, already defunded their local police and rely on lightly staffed county sheriffs for law enforcement. Wow, really critical, mean stuff here. So that's one tweet. Here's another one he tweeted out on May 26th. It's time to admit to ourselves that our cities would be safer with fewer police. It's budget season. I hope you'll join me in asking our local officials to cut police payrolls and invest the savings in better schools and social services instead. Now, before I go any further, I do want to show you that, since I forgot to, Neal MilNeil is the editor of Streets Blog Mass and a public housing commissioner, and was the former data reporter at the Portland Press-Herald. So you can tell from his tweets, nothing really in here, and I could go deeper. He's also critical of a certain cop that has been, responsible for police brutality incidents before. But nothing, if you go through his tweets, nothing all that offensive or offensive at all. And just presenting ideas like defunding the police that many people are presenting. But the police have a different story here. So the Portland, Maine police tweeted out, officers were there to serve him with a court summons for criminal mischief or damage city property via graffiti. MilNeil refused service. Case is being submitted to DA's office. Hopeful he'll contact us to accept service prior to DA review. And it was also oddly, odd to me anyways, that tweet was imitated by City of Portland, tweeting out the same thing. Is this something that cities do? they just copy and paste tweets from the police department and put them out there? I found that kind of odd. But before I get to my thoughts on this, let me show you what he told the Sun Journal. In an interview Tuesday, MilNeil denied committing any illegal acts or writing graffiti. Quote, no, he said, laughing at the suggestion. Quote, I did not do that. The East Bayside Police Station is in the Bayside Anchor. It's a building I'm very proud of. MilNeil and his wife, Jessica, said they believe the department is trying to intimidate them and said the experience was a terrifying reminder of police power. Now, here's the thing. Let's say it's about graffiti. How can anybody at this point trust what the police say? I mean, we are seeing again and again and again the lies. Whether it's in Seattle, where they were told that they wouldn't be using tear gas for 30 days. And guess what? The street's full of tear gas the next day. Or whether it's in Buffalo, where even it was caught on film, them pushing an old man, a 75-year-old man, down. He hit his head. And they claim in their report that he tripped and fell. Even though the whole thing was caught on camera. So with departments lying like this again and again, I'm inclined to believe Christian here, that this is simply them intimidating him. Now maybe, yeah, they did go to him about graffiti, but that doesn't mean that he did it. So this simply could be a way for them to intimidate people. I mean, we are seeing, and let's say it's about graffiti and that he did the graffiti. I'm sorry, am I weird for not caring? I mean, I don't care. There are big protests going on right now. Yeah, some things are going to get kind of dirty. So what's going to happen? I mean, is this really the most important thing right now? I mean, think of these massive police budgets. And this is what they're using that money for. Going to people's homes and intimidating them about possible graffiti. I mean, there is so much money in the system that could be put towards healthcare, put towards education, put towards public housing, put towards social programs, put towards really anything else where the police have, you've seen increased police budgets over the years, inflated budgets. Meanwhile, there's cuts to everything, cuts to education, cuts to healthcare, cuts to public housing, cuts to social programs. This is how these cities operate, and it's time for a real change. Now, when it comes to the important responsibilities of the police, yeah, those can be offset to other departments. There doesn't need to be this one-size-fits-all department of the police force where they have really this incredible power over everyone in the city that they clearly use to intimidate people, whether it's going to their homes or whether it's in the streets shooting tear gas full of riot gear. I mean, this is not where public funds should be directed towards. So I think this is just another example of why the police need to be defunded. There are these things that the police do, these responsibilities that they take on that could be dealt in many other ways. Whether it's, with mental health care, deal with use actual mental health care professionals to deal with mental health care issues. When it comes to homelessness, how about just putting money into public housing? I mean, there are so many ways to deal with all of these various issues that for years and years now, the police have been used as this one-size-fits-all approach to all of these issues. And clearly, it has not been working.